Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gregory Hartono, and today I will be presenting my research paper titled How Does Greenwashing Marketing in the Automotive Industry Impact the Industry and Society? I would firstly like to thank my supervisor and friends who have helped me with this paper. This will be the table of contents and the content of my presentation. This will include the background, a problem statement, research question and research objectives, literature review, methodology, data analysis, as well as conclusion. I'm sure you're familiar with these cars that are now popular and trending in the world. These are some of the few electric cars that are now for sale at the market. Why are these vehicles trending, you might ask? It is because in the past few years, a rise in the environmental consciousness and environmentalism in the automotive industry has led to a significant demand for greener and more environmentally friendly vehicles. While many companies have responded genuinely with eco-friendly offerings, some have resorted to deceptive marketing known as greenwashing to attract environmentally conscious consumers without reducing their environmental impact. Numerous companies exaggerated fuel efficiency and emissions data in order to target eco-minded consumers. Government involvement in regulating carbon emissions and incentivizing electric vehicle production has further intensified competition in the industry. And as a result, manufacturers face immense pressure to improve their environmental performance, leading to an increased usage of greenwashing marketing tactics for a competitive edge. So, what exactly is greenwashing? According to Kapoor and Pandey, greenwashing refers to the practice of making false or misleading claims about the environmental benefits of a product or service in order to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. To the left of this slide, you can see some brand logos such as Volkswagen, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes, Fiat, and Ford, which have all been caught using greenwashing marketing in their campaigns. This leads to my problem statement. Big car manufacturers are admitting that they had falsified claims about environmental impacts of the vehicles. Electric vehicles manufacturers have also falsely claimed that their products have zero emissions and are carbon neutral. Car manufacturers have also promoted their products as being eco-friendly or carbon neutral without providing any explanation or proof to support these claims. My first research objective is to study the impacts that the aforementioned problems bring onto the automotive industry, consumer behavior, and sustainable development. And my second research objective is to find out how the greenwashing phenomenon impacts the brand image through consumers' perspectives such as loyalty and purchasing decisions. My first research question is, what are the impacts of greenwashing marketing strategies towards the consumer? And the second one is, how does the greenwashing phenomena affect brand image and sales? For literature review, first we have some citations from various sources. The first one is about the societal impacts of greenwashing. Greenwashing can have an adverse effect on consumer trust in the brand or company and lead to a disillusioned consumers who feel deceived by the company's false claims regarding sustainability and the environment. According to Naidu, the Volkswagen case shows that unethical greenwashing practices can have a major impact on the reputation of companies and their businesses. And also, according to Lam, environmental factors can also influence customer behavior, such as cultural, economic, and technological factors. Companies must consider these factors in developing effective marketing strategies and meeting customer needs. Next is my conceptual framework with my two variables. First, my null hypothesis is that there is no significant relationship between consumers' awareness and knowledge of greenwashing in the automotive industry and their behavior towards greenwashing in the industry. And my alternative hypothesis is that there is a significant relationship between consumers' awareness and knowledge of greenwashing in the automotive industry and their behavior towards the greenwashing in the industry. For methodology, I use the quantitative method through a Google Forms survey for primary and numerical data. The sample size is 52 people chosen at random. For data collection, I use Likert scale and several other question types. And for data analysis, I use the SPSS or Statistical Package for Social Sciences to find out the validity, reliability, correlation, and basic analysis of these variables. These are my two variables. Next is the first section of my survey where I gather the demographic information of the respondents, such as age, gender, and occupation. And here is some of the main questions from the survey to find out the customer's awareness and knowledge of greenwashing. And finally, the last part of the survey consists of questions where I ask about the respondents' behavior towards greenwashing. The next step is to conduct a validity test on the two variables. From the results, it can be seen that the R count for each question measuring the X and Y variable are greater than the value of the R table. This means that the data regarding both variables are valid with a significant level of 0.01. Therefore, the data collected from this survey is accurate and reflects the objective of this research. Next is the reliability test to assess the consistency of the data across several measurements. When the Cronbach's alpha coefficient is above 0.6, the data is considered reliable, and as you can see, both of these results are more than 0.6. The next step is the Spearman's correlation test to assess the degree of correlation and strength of the two relationships between the variables. From this test, the p-value obtained is 0.002, and the correlation coefficient obtained from the test is 0.428. This means that the consumer's awareness of greenwashing in the automotive industry affects their behavior towards this industry by 42.8%. This can be categorized as a moderate correlation between the two variables. To conclude my research and to answer the first research question, there is a low to moderate effect of greenwashing towards a consumer due to the lack of knowledge and awareness level of greenwashing among consumers. But even though they have a low correlation, most customers would not buy a car from a manufacturer who has been caught in a greenwashing scandal and agree that the manufacturer should be reprimanded. And to answer the second research question, there is a moderate positive correlation between a consumer's awareness and their behavior towards a manufacturer involving in a greenwashing scandal. This means that greenwashing will cause a major reduction in customer loyalty and sales. To summarize, the act of greenwashing in the automotive industry will not only negatively impact the industry's sales and brand image, but it will also cause confusion among buyers and obstruct sustainable development. To close, I would like to advise everyone to educate yourselves on the issue of greenwashing, as it will be more and more relevant in our lives. That is the end of my presentation, and thank you for your attention.